If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, let me give you a rundown. Basically, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Here's how it works. Anchor lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to the most popular listening platforms, including Spotify, with a single tap. Anchor is also the only place you can publish videos, podcasts to Spotify. With Anchor, creators can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Do you like scary movies? What about science fiction and cult films? Then please visit Shocking Things. You can search for us on your favorite podcatcher. You can also go to anchor.fm/shockingthings for the main hub for the links to episodes and our social media. Now try and enjoy the daylight.
BST presents Mega Clash, August 20th from the Raffola Center in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Watch newly crowned Monarch champion Evie De La Rosa defend her title against Vina Von Star. A rivalry reignited in the main event. Lucas Chase challenges Dustin Waller in a ladder match for the BST Championship. It all comes to a head one final time.
Tracy Smothers, Harley Race, Tim Storm, Bushwhacker Luke, Bobby Fulton. The Pro Wrestling Vault, Volume 1, Bill Dundee, Supermex Hernandez, C.W. Anderson, Ricky Morton, Sir Mo, and many others share their stories of determination, triumph, and sorrow. Get your book today at Russellville.com or at Amazon.com. Russellville, it's where wrestling lives.
What's going on, everybody? This is the PWZ podcast. We are live here on YouTube and Twitch. This is Rick Del Santo. Joining me for this post Summerslam Sunday is Marcel Williams. What's going on?
What's going on? We are here July 31st. Ric Flair last match Sunday, like an hour before, 2 hours before, but we got to catch up because it's been a busy weekend. We had a show last night locally with Coliseum Pro Wrestling. Real busy Saturday, and then I had to come back and enjoy the rest of SummerSlam and then watch it this morning. But it was a well taught. It was like a must see event because obviously the change that happened is under a new regime of Stephanie McMahon and Triple H and Nick Khan. This is a first ever SummerSlam without Vince McMahon involved, and this was a very big deal and a lot of news from this event as well.
Yeah, man. I'm going to tell you now. I'll give the rating at the end of the show. So
Absolutely.
I did rate it. But you can definitely feel that there's something special going on here. I with the show, I enjoyed it quite a bit. We started off with, of course, the Raw Women's Heavyweight Champion or Raw Women's Championship. Excuse me. And it was Bianca Belair defeating Becky Lynch. I thought that this was a very good, it was a very good wrestling match. Wrestling. It was very good. And it seemed like the crowd was a little lackadaisical throughout the beginning of this show, including this match. But probably by the middle to the end, that's when they seemed to get fully invested in this.
Yeah, with this feud going on, obviously it's a year in the making. She got beat in 20-something seconds last year in Las Vegas for SummerSlam, and then she went to WrestleMania and regained the Raw Women's Championship, and she continued to have this feud with Becky Lynch. So we are a year into this feud, storytelling, this beer getting all in my mouth already? All in my mind. So basically, this has been a year to make it. And so Bianca Belair do the Spanish fly off the top and hit her finish, pin Becky Lynch clean. This was a good opener. These two got great chemistry. They had matches before. They had it at SummerSlam for 20 seconds. They had it on a Raw right down the way in Rhode Island. And then they had the WrestleMania match as well. But I kind of feel the WrestleMania match was still better than this match. But this match still was good. And Bianca Belair with the win.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, post-match, we had some major WWE news. Bayley, after being out for over a year, returned. It seemed like she got a huge pop in a way. Though she looked excited to be coming out, and it seemed like she also came out in heel mode as well after about 30 seconds. And then Dakota Kai's music hit, and then she entered. And then Io Shirai made her main roster debut. It's very exciting to see the three of them coming out on SummerSlam. I thought it was great to see Dakota Kai and Io Shirai debut at SummerSlam.
Yeah, this was big news, and this solidified right here that Triple H done planted his flag in WWE. If you don't know, now you know, because now the women's division is starting to come back what we had in the old black and gold NXT. And this was big news. Dakota Kai got released earlier on this year, and for her to pop up on the screen, that's big waves. That means Triple H wanted her there. That means Triple H wanted her to move her to the main roster after all those tryout matches, and she never ended up in the main roster. And Io Shirai, same deal. She's supposed to have been on the main roster a long time ago, and they kept passing up on her. She was not going to resign, but now we got a new regime. So now everybody wants to come on the main roster now, which is a good thing. And
absolutely.
A little sideway off the SummerSlam topic. This is a very big deal in the wrestling business because now AEW is not the only place that everybody wants to work at right now. I think everybody wants to go back to WWE because Triple H is involved in these things.
I think that a lot of people are feeling the positive that the future for positive change. And I think that was felt right here within the first half an hour of this pay-per-view. Another side note is that Io Shirai was quickly referenced as Io Shirai when she came out. And then it was, and if you notice that her graphic on her, on the Titantron, or I don't even know if they still call it that, but whatever, did say Io Shirai, but then they kept referring to her as Io Sky. So it looks as there's a name change, and I'm sure that the graphic will be updated at some point.
It will be. Obviously, we cannot skip the name changes from NXT to the main roster. Maybe it's something marketing wise, which is understandable.
Yeah,
you got to build that brand for your own brand. But also, we had another big news throughout the same segment. Becky Lynch joined up with Bianca Belair against the three. But the three said, not tonight. So now we're going in the right way now. Now there's no longer people cheering Becky Lynch for her to try to be a heel. Now she's part of the face team now. Now she's part of Bianca Belair. Yeah. And that's good news because she should have never became a heel in the first place. She should have been still a baby face. She's a fan favorite no matter what.
Yeah, I think that this really solidified her as a turning babyface, and that it's been a year since her return. Yeah, so it did not necessarily work out her as a heel.
No, it did not at all.
Yeah, mine too. Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. So we are back.
It happens when you're live.
It does happen when you're live. No bother. For the intro. I'm not doing the intro over. So anyways,
we're just going to edit it out through the audio but if you still joined us, we're good. So we will continue with the Miz versus Logan Paul match.
Yeah, I thought that this was a lot of fun, this match. It was interesting, way better than I thought going into it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Logan Paul looks like a future star out there. I mean, he jumped right on into it. Miz always in this predicament, always show why he's the most dependable person in WWE, and even Tommaso Ciampa and little cameo with AJ Styles, Logan Paul with the win. This was a real solid match, and I'm not surprised. I knew it would come through. It's just the way we went to this match, it wasn't good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know where my notes are not coming up. I got all sorts of technical difficulties tonight. What is going on here?
Are we talking about next match?
Yeah, next match. What's the next match?
So next match we have Bobby Lashley versus Theory for the United States title, and this match was also good. It seemed like the beginning stages of SummerSlam was real good. Theory and Bobby Lashley has mega chemistry. They had a real good match last early on in the month at Money in the Bank, but this match was good. They had a little bit of time. I think it was like 8 minutes, felt like, but Theory took the loss. But later on, we'll probably see him later with the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase. But he took the L right here from Bobby Lashley.
I thought the way that he got brought into the Hurt Lock was quite an interesting way. You got to see Bobby Lashley. Of course, the Theory had to attack him prior to the match to gain any kind of control. If not,
that was different. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thought that it worked out. I mean, I don't think that Theory, I don't think he's in that position to be able to gain control over against somebody like Lashley, because Lashley's just a beast compared to Theory. Like you said, Lashley defeated Theory, retains the United States Championship. This was a solid bout. It was, like you said, it was about 5 minutes, and it was kind of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I mean, maybe it's over. I don't want to say hopefully, because these two put out 2 good matches, but maybe the last year's time to move on to a new challenge, because there's more challenges out there that want a mid-card title like the United States Championship.
Yeah. From there, we had the no disqualification with Dominic and Rey Mysterio against Finn and Damian Priest. I thought that this was a solid matchup. Rey shows why he's still there, why he is rated one of the best in the history of professional wrestling or WWE in the 90s and 2000s. Dominic, is the first time I've probably paid attention to a Dominic match in quite some time. He looks like he's kind of improving over the last 2 years. I think that Damian Priest is just a phenomenal performer. I think he's a future, he's going to be up there in the ranks as far as a headliner, a major star for WWE in the future. I feel that Rhea Ripley does really well, and Finn Balor is Finn Balor. You can't really say anything wrong about Finn Balor.
Nah, you really can't. You know what? We continue to say how much everything is changing right now with this whole company, but now there's stars to be made, and Damian Priest had a great look last night. Performed well. Finn Balor, obviously, he's a Triple H guy. Rey Mysterio never gets old. His legs is like fountain of youth right now. He's performing top notch, and like you said, Dominic is improving. This, there was no signs of a breakup between the two as well. And then we had the return of your boy Edge.
I did not hate that return with Edge. I'll tell you that. I thought the way it happened, the way it came out, him coming through the flaming stairs and stuff. I thought it was pretty interesting, and the crowd loved it. And he came out. He speared Priest. He speared the other guy, Finn, and yeah. And the crowd loved it. He stood there at the end, standing with the Mysterios at the end of the match, and I thought this was actually quite well.
Yeah, it was real good for Edge to come back. He's well needed right now, especially with this new wave going on, new matchups, new fresh matchups. So all we can see is good here on out for everybody.
Yeah. Of course, from there, we had Pat McAfee defeating Happy Corbin. They told the history between the two, how they played football together, and then they showed the video package. I mean, in WWE, the one thing that they do that's really, really good is video packages to hype up stuff. And I thought they did really, really well. And they came out with the choir singing "Bum Ass Corbin." I thought that was I thought that added a little funniness to it. It was pretty
Sure.
good. And Pat McAfee had the hashtag on the back of his tank top, "Bum Ass Corbin." Now McAfee has wrestled what 4 or 5 matches in his WWE career.
Yeah.
Maybe he should invest in gear instead of wearing Jordans and jean shorts. Just saying.
I agree with that. He should be updating for a special attraction type of gear. But he's coming out here dressed like Shane McMahon, kind of like putting the hashtag all on your clothes and stuff like that. But this match was real solid. Just like I said earlier on the week, I knew this match would. When Corbin needs to perform, he knows how to perform. And Pat McAfee, we already know when he have his time to perform in special occasions, he know how to perform. Early on this year, he had a real good match with Theory. So I knew going in that this match was going to be good. And we had Pat McAfee win with the code red on Corbin.
Yeah. From there, we had a Drew McIntyre promo, which I thought was, hyping him up because he's going to be meeting the winner of the main event for Clash of the Castle. So he came out there with his sword and, he cut the promo and then, he talked to a fan. They got the crowd to chant Colt, which was the young kid's name. And then basically he said he was going to face whoever wins tonight.
Yeah, this was kind of the Drew McIntyre of old that the fans love of him behind the mic. And this takes us back to like WrestleMania 8, SummerSlam 92, when we had the little break when Roddy Piper playing the bagpipes or, Legion Doom get that little promo time to get that little breather in and still getting some promoting in. So I kind of like this segment. It was all right.
So the Usos defeated the Street Profits. Of course, special guest referee Jeff Jarrett. They mentioned that there's only been 2 other special referees in the history of SummerSlam, and they were both the same person. It just so happened to be Jesse the Body Ventura. So I watched the first. Well, actually,
we also had Shawn Michaels at 97.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So this was a decent match. I'm gonna be honest with you because I didn't watch this one live last night. I thought I skipped through a little bit of the match because I've seen these guys wrestle 2,000 times against. Oh my God! Look at that face he just made, man. I was hoping that there'd be some sort of shenanigans where Jeff Jarrett would have had to get involved, and I didn't see much.
Nah, he caught it straight down the middle just like he would. I mean, it would make sense because, if he did screw anybody, it's going to be a story going forward. So I would expect him to call it right down the middle. There was certain cameos he did make throughout the match when Jey Uso was going to hit the super kick. He turned him around for the Fosse from Ford. But there was certain things, even Montez Ford hitting a frog splash and, Montez Ford getting mad at him for a real good close call count. It was not too fast, not too slow. So they had some storytelling with Jeff Jarrett with the special guest referee here. But the main story was Montez Ford getting frustrated that he could not beat the Usos. So this story is still getting pushed forward with the Street Profits. And I'm looking forward to it. This match was all right. It wasn't like Money in the Bank, but, they wrestle a whole lot of times. But this was just a solid tag team championship match that was much needed for this event.
Of course, they referenced or referred to Jeff Jarrett having a very busy weekend in Nashville this weekend, but they did not, of course, mention it. I was expecting maybe Flair would pop out of nowhere just to, whatever. Nothing like that. Of course, after this match, they showed Kid Rock on screen. He chugged his beer and made out with the girl that was sitting next to him, and it was vile and disgusting right there on screen.
Yeah, and then he gave some fingers. He did what Fred Durst did a few years ago and get blacked out. And I just don't understand WWE not letting these celebrities know that please don't stick no middle fingers up. But somehow it happened. And then while that was happening, we had an appearance from Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle showed up, said he was not happy about not being or being pulled from the event. And then, of course, he said that he wanted Rollins. Rollins comes out wearing this extremely gaudy orange outfit with white shoes, and then he decides to run down the entrance, and Riddle met him there, and they brawled all the way back to the ring. Where referees and agents broke it up, and I just want to say one of the gentlemen that was the security in the black polo shirts, I want to say shout out to my buddy Flynn Hendricks, who is a wrestler down in the Nashville area. So he wrestled for the NWA and a few other organizations down there. He was a guest on this program about 2 months ago. So he made his appearance at SummerSlam as one of the security guards. Nice. Yep.
Nice.
So,
I always want to give a shout out to all the local people or anybody that makes it on WWE television or AEW television. Give me knowledge.
Yeah. From there, we had Liv Morgan defeating Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown, or not for, but defending successfully the SmackDown Women's Championship. I think that you and I, or we had a discussion about a week back, and we were kind of in the background saying that Ronda might take the title back home, and that did not end up happening. Here?
Nah, it did not. We was both wrong. I was wrong too. I mean, yeah, we were both wrong. I thought she gonna take it. I thought it was gonna be some type of change of attitude, which we did get a little bit of, but it was a controversial finish. She had her in an arm bar, and before that third count was hit, Liv Morgan tapped out. So now we got the program still gonna continue with these two, and this match was what it was. I it wasn't the best match. It wasn't a bad match, but it was what it was.
Mm-hmm. Nothing crazy. Of course, from there, Glenn Jacobs came out and, introduced to the crowd. He announced that there was 48,449 fans in there. And then, of course, he did the typical Kane thing where all the fire came out. Boom. And then we went to the last man standing match. Roman Reigns successfully defeated Brock Lesnar in about 23 minutes. This match was somewhat insane. I thought that this was enjoyable. I was not bored. I know that you or I were like, this is the last time I'm going to see him. Can't do this anymore. It's been years, and they've been wrestling each other, especially this past year. But I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the segment with the bulldozer. I was like, Jesus, this is insane. I just felt bad for the fans on the other side that could not see a lot. They had to probably watch everything on the screen. It was... I enjoyed seeing Paul Heyman get F5 through a table.
That was great.
I sat there with my wife. My wife was like, "Oh, it's about time. I can't stand that guy." She doesn't watch wrestling either. So, and then, I thought that this was pretty well done. And then the way that Roman beat Brock, piling all the garbage on him, and then standing above it for the count of 10. Of course, we did see Theory come out and attempt to cash in, and once he went to, he basically got murdered.
Yes, he
did. Yeah. And the Usos, of course, made an appearance. Of course they did. We're not going to see a Roman match without the Usos getting involved. So, I don't know, man. This was pretty action-packed. I thought it was a pretty good match.
Yeah, this was a good 23 minutes. Like I said, their best match throughout their series that they had was the first ever match that they had at WrestleMania 31 a few years ago. But this match really, if this is the last time, this was a great way to cap it off with the ring 10 feet in the air. Everything was done differently. Theory getting murdered, teasing it, but getting murdered in the process. And it's Jey Uso getting dumped on his head by Brock Lesnar.
Oh, man.
And it was everything that was everything in the main event that we needed for a WWE event. And I'm just going to say, as well as so many changes that happened throughout the week, Michael Cole was on point last night. Michael Cole performed top notch. I guess he don't got the old man in his ear no more. So now he's continuing to be a top notch commentator that we all need right now during this time of transition.
Yeah, man, I thought he was really good last night, and like you said, he's probably doesn't have the old man in his ear, so he's sit there. Do you know they made so many references to professional wrestling since Friday?
Yes, they did. And then not only
Yeah.
that, you seen a little dig from Michael Cole last night because Corey Graves asked Michael Cole when all of a sudden you had an opinion, and he's like, I had an opinion because everything done changed now. Like everything, every dig possible is happening towards Vince McMahon. And and also I just want to put out there, as much as we talk about Kevin Dunn and Bruce Pritchard and everything about them being let go if this person don't like them, you gotta understand, they may have felt the same way as everybody else felt about this man and the way he thought. So maybe Kevin Dunn may always felt differently about Vince McMahon, but this guy is in charge of your job. This guy is your manager. So basically, like, you gotta follow what he say.
And if you're getting those big bucks, how much of an opinion do you have? Or keep your opinion to yourself if you're getting paid that kind of money.
Exactly. So, you may see a lot of changes from everybody going forward. So this, like I said, Michael Cole, I had to throw that in there. Michael Cole was really on point last night. Corey Graves was on point last night. Commentary was really on point last night.
Yeah. I'm going to rate this a B++ for a SummerSlam. It's not quite an A, but this was a very, very good show. I thought that I don't know, man. I think that this is a sign of better things to come for the WWE.
Yeah, this was just the beginning of it, little tease. Now we're on the road to the next event, and now we're not on, because this whole SummerSlam event was booked around Vince McMahon, and we had to continue the stories of what we was going into with little surprises here and there. But now Monday Night Raw, we start from scratch, and just like Triple H said in the media scrum the other day, just stay tuned and watch. I'm not gonna tell you. Yeah. Just stay tuned and watch.
Yeah. I'm very interested. I've become very interested or intrigued for quite some time, ever since the, things started to go in place. And I think that they haven't, I wouldn't say they haven't disappointed me, but I'm not sitting there yelling at my television like I would. You get me? When you watch
you're not yelling at your television, you're not begging to have your time back or
exactly
anything like that. It's now we're invested. But I will put forward that you gotta understand, 3 hours of television is hard to book. So you guys still stand by what's going on with the process. Just like Triple H said during the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, he wished Raw was 2 hours, but when money involved for an extra hour, there's nothing you could do. So
we'll have to see how that third hour is booked now going forward. If you just build it, obviously could be some storylines that could be very intriguing, but build it like it's a big event. Build it like it's a big wrestling event, but change it up a bit. Stop having the same matches over and over. And
as we've seen last Monday we had different matches.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens going forward starting this Monday. Tomorrow night. Jeez, it's hard
tomorrow
to believe
night. The story starts tomorrow night, and we are on the road to Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, and of course we'll be talking
a big event since SummerSlam '92.
Yeah. Of course, we'll be talking more WWE going forward, starting on Tuesday, and Thursday. We'll be talking about Raw on Tuesday, and probably talk some Ric Flair's last match, of course. So, that's pretty much it. Marcel, do you have anything else you want to throw in here today?
No, not at all. Continue to share, like, subscribe. Even though we have technical difficulties, we will make up for it. And we'll continue to throw out any more news that we have going forward with WWE, AEW, Ric Flair's last match going forward. So stay tuned. Watch tonight. Ric Flair's last final match. And supposedly he been negotiating with 10 more matches for $50K. So he said no to it. So I guess we see something.
Well, I read something that somebody offered him $100,000 for something as well. So I'm sitting here like, this guy, we're definitely gonna see him die in the ring. That's what I was thinking.
So hopefully he comes out well tonight. Remember, he had heart problems a few years ago, so we're hoping that he comes out A-okay. But enjoy the show, and we'll see you Tuesday.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and thank you for bearing with our technical difficulties. Enjoy your day.